Hi everyone, and welcome to the Q&A for the Greater Business for All Contribution Mastermind with myself and in conversation with Tanvi Kapoor. Tanvi's going to be joining me in just a minute, and what we're going to be doing is answering the questions that we receive about what on earth this mastermind is. For some people, heard of what a mastermind is. You might not be familiar with the concept, or you may know what a mastermind is, but you might be wondering exactly how this particular mastermind is going to be of benefit to you. And those are all of the questions that we're going to answer. So welcome, Tanvi. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Adeela. Great. I'm so excited to be in conversation with the Global Business Whisperer yourself. It's an honor and
Thank
a
you so
privilege.
much. It's so exciting to be here, and it's so
Yes,
exciting. In fact, a really cool thing that this mastermind is doing is bringing together so many people from so many countries. Already, the countries that I know are part of the mastermind, we have New Zealand, we have Australia, we have India, we have Singapore, and we are counting. So are
that's
you going to be
fantastic. So
joining us? If you were thinking of joining the mastermind, does that make it even more exciting, the concept of being able to play with people and to have a network of people from all around the world?
absolutely, Adeela, it's the most exciting experience. And I think this is going to globally benefit entrepreneurs worldwide to go beyond geographical barriers and to create their business with far more ease than has ever been possible. So in fact, I think that this is something that we should talk about how we can break these geographical barriers and create our business.
Yeah, well,
So could you
I'll tell
talk a little
you,
bit more about that?
a major inspiration for me in creating this whole concept was the fact that if you are a business owner and if you are an entrepreneur, it's often really lonely. You often feel lonely, not because there aren't a whole lot of people around you. In fact, you may be surrounded by people, but are you surrounded with the people that you feel like have your back? That actually not only know as much as you, so you can have a colleague to colleague conversation, but perhaps know even more than you, or have already done or achieved what you would like to, so you can
Right.
ask them for advice. As a business owner and as a facilitator and coach, I really struggled with this, because I have lots of people around me, but often they are the people that I'm paying. They are staff. They are people that I had in my business that worked for me. They weren't necessarily the right people to talk about what was going on for me as the business owner and how to expand that business and how to get the support I needed as the person at, at that, if you're at that CEO level, if you're at that directorship level, if you're a GM in corporate, or if you have your own business, no matter how long you've had it for. Kind of that saying, it's lonely at the top, it kind of is. And unless you make a concerted effort to actually surround yourself with the people who are going to contribute to you and inspire you, that loneliness can start to get really isolating. And that's what we want to avoid. And so why not also use technology to not only create a network of people in your current geographical location, but actually there are so many brilliant people from all over the world, and I want to bring all of those people together and create something amazing.
Wow, that's breathtaking, Adila. Also, would you like to share that this global business group, what kind of entrepreneurs can come on board? Is it also open for professionals? Could we talk a little bit more about the background of people that can benefit from this group, please? Thank you.
Totally. Yes, and especially for this 3-month taster that is starting next week. So November, December, January, we are doing a taster of the year-long version that's going to start next year. And for that taster especially, it's a great time for you to jump on board no matter who you are and what industry you're in, to actually figure out if this is what has been missing from your life and if this is what you have been looking for. And just to give you an idea of the kind of entrepreneurs we already have and the guest experts we have coming on into the mastermind, we have healers, we have health practitioners, people who own large multidisciplinary clinics, no matter where they are in the world. We have CEOs of multinationals. We have people who really specialize in the digital space, in social media marketing production. We have real estate agents, people in the property industry. We have coaches, we have facilitators, we have body workers. And we have, like you and I, Tanvi, we wear a lot of hats. We both have businesses that do a lot of things, and I have about 3 and maybe onto my 4th business starting. And they are a combination of online businesses, real world businesses. They are businesses that encompass many industries, but actually the concepts of how to create a business and how to be successful are the same. And so if you're in that middle to higher range of being a professional, either in corporate, so you have people underneath you, or you are starting to think about how to contribute to the corporation that you are working for, or you own your own business, this is a great fit for you.
Great. So, Adeela, I've had a couple of queries from people who are currently in the space of diversifying from their current business space into a new business space. And I was wondering how this group can help them, how this community and group of global entrepreneurs who have that back. I mean, how can they contribute to those individuals who are yet in the process of figuring out, okay, what else, what other business can I add to my life? Or if they're in the transition period of moving from one business to another. So, yeah,
This is
so how can they benefit
exactly
from
the
this?
point. Exactly the point of the mastermind is, imagine having like this pool of people and you get to go to one of them, like you tap someone on the shoulder, or you ask me as the facilitator of the mastermind, hey Adeela, I actually want to get into XYZ industry. And I say, great, let me connect you, let me buddy you up with the person in the mastermind who's already been in that industry for 12 years and see how they can help you, see what conversations you can start to have. And so it's kind of, this mastermind is like a networking slash coaching slash inspiration slash keeping you on track and motivated group, all rolled into one, plus with a whole lot of extra bonuses and really pragmatic and practical tools. Like, what I love about this is it's not one or the other. It's not just mindset and motivation and clearing blocks and energetically creating your life and business, nor is it just the very cognitive and practical and how to. It's a blend of both worlds, because as a business owner who works in the industry and realizes that you have to run a business successfully in this world in order to have it be a viable and successful business, you have to be able to marry those two worlds and do it successfully. And so for those people that are struggling to do that, to bring their creative, their intuitive, their gut instinct, their knowing, the inspired ideas that they have, and they're struggling with how to actually bring that into actualization and how to create their business from that space, this is a great group for that.
Right. Thank you for that, Adeela. There was so much information to take in, and it sounds also exciting. You were mentioning about energetically working around your business. So a whole lot of people who are not from the wellness world, I think, would be extremely curious to understand what you meant by that term. So can we talk a little bit more about that, please?
I love this. I work with a lot of people from all of those industries I mentioned earlier, and also all of the business leaders of today's world that we are all looking at and reading about and being inspired by, the Richard Bransons, the Elon Musks, the Steve Jobs, all of the people that have been very successful in business and created businesses that we look to as inspiration, they are people that have functioned not just from one camp or the other. They have had a vision and a knowing about how to create and what to create something that's different. And they have been able to bring that knowing and to follow through with that, no matter how much they were laughed at, or no matter how much everyone else thought it was a big joke, or no one else was willing to back them. And a lot of the greats and a lot of the people who are creating the businesses in all over the world today and are going to be the future leaders for tomorrow are marrying those two sides of listening to your gut instinct, of being in alignment and energetically creating your business, as well as all of the really practical, logical, and cognitive practices that we have to undertake in order to have successful business.
Certainly. In fact, Adeela, it was only in the month of July when I first attended your business whispering class. At that point, I think I may have worked for around 300 clients since I started my first business in 2011. And yet, I would say, with all that kind of experience, what I took back from this class was something that has completely shifted my universe, my understanding of what are the various possibilities that can show up in a business. And really, that a business decides for itself who it really wants to collaborate with, and who are the people that we need to add from the business, maybe like shift the way we're functioning currently, who are the clients the business really wants to choose and work with. So I think it taught me how to really communicate and operate my business in a more conscious manner, and I think conscious business and conscious leadership, conscious entrepreneurship is a term that is really doing the rounds globally these days. So I'd like to talk a little bit more about that, because that is an essential element of what I took back from your class in July 2018.
Yeah. And look, I can't talk about it enough, because if you're really wanting to be at the top of your industry and you do the things that the people at the top of your industry do, such as I read all the books and I listen to the podcasts and I pay for the best coaches and I belong to the masterminds with these people, and these are not people who you would think are energetic people or into energy or into woo-woo stuff or into hippie stuff. This is really the new pragmatics of business is conscious business, because we've got to start including the consciousness of everything, the consciousness of the planet, the consciousness of needing to create businesses sustainably, the concept of having a give back policy in your business, the concept of who are you as the business owner. People actually care about that now. Who you are as the business owner and how you create yourself is actually a large part of any brand's marketing model now, or the mode that they are using to market themselves successfully is actually who is the CEO or who is the owner or who is the founder, and who are they as a person. What do they care about? Who do they interact with? And how do they live their life? And therefore, what practices is included in their business? And so if you think that a mastermind like this is something that is a new concept or something that other people are not doing, my invitation to you is actually to do a little bit of research. Just Google business mastermind right now and have a look at the best business masterminds out there. They are global masterminds. All of the top entrepreneurs, especially in the Western world, are part of them, and they cost anywhere between 10 to 30 to 70,000 US dollars a year to be a part of. And this mastermind was born from inspiration from that model for sure. And then with the business whispering and the intuitive guidance that I received, the different take that I wanted to add to it was not to create something so at such an elite price point that maybe for the rest of the world or people who are starting out in their business journey, that automatically kind of puts that out of reach. And so that's why this mastermind is called Greater Business for All, the contribution mastermind, the mastermind that contributes to you no matter where you are at, what stage of business you're in, where you are in the world, and whether you can afford that or not. I think most business owners will be able to find $199 a month if you are really running a business.
That's right. I mean, there's another group that I had also recently joined, and it was a community where, we were being trained to expand our wellness business. And I think this is a phenomena where collaborating rather than competition is like really contributing to the lives of many entrepreneurs. So that whole energy of competitiveness and, I've got to beat so and so to like go a step ahead and achieve so much more is being replaced by how can I collaborate with somebody, and how can both of us grow, or how we can collaborate with multiple people and how can all of us grow. And that is such an expansive energy, and it's really catching on. I think this is the nerve of what this group is all about. The pulse of what this group is all about is growing through collaboration and through the joint resources and information on what every entrepreneur is going to be getting to this group.
Absolutely. Hi, Ayako. Welcome. Welcome to everyone that's on and from all over the world. We're so glad that you're here. And please write down your questions in the comments. We are looking at the comments. But absolutely, Tanvi, like collaboration is where we're at. And again, if you look at any social media, if you look at the biggest brands, what are influencers? That's collaboration. What are brand partnerships? That's collaboration. All of my business partnerships have been created out of collaboration and wanting to contribute to that person and having that person contribute to me. And it's a really fun way to create business as well. The competitive model is not a sustainable model because it gets you
Certainly,
looking,
yes.
it gets you looking on the outside to try and look at what other people are doing to give you direction to what you should be doing. Now, that is very ineffective. It's often not the right choice for you. It's often not a good fit for you to do what your competitors are doing, rather than tuning in and tapping into what would be the best way for you to create your business and who are the people that you can collaborate with and talk to. This is actually where cutting edge comes from. It's where you will do something different. You will do something that hasn't been created yet in your industry, because you're going to collaborate with someone with a totally different perspective, or someone who's happy to take you further, not from a space of competition, but of contribution and collaboration.
Certainly. And I think that's where all the global resources come in from, because once you're part of a community like this, every individual, every entrepreneur wants to collaborate, wants to see other entrepreneurs grow, right? So what are the other global resources that we were talking about that people can experience in this group?
So many. I kind of don't know where to start, but so there's a monthly meetup for all of us. And in that monthly meetup, what we are doing is we're meeting and we are talking about what's going on for us in our businesses, what we're noticing as global trends, what things are coming up for us as challenges, what things are coming up as milestones to celebrate. And then there's a chance for each person or certain people who have something that month that they wish to get help on to speak about that. Then you have the guest experts, the people that I mentioned earlier that are going to come on from specific industries that not only are going to give you information, but actually at the crux of it, they are inspiring. Because my favorite way to learn is actually through inspiration. And
Certainly.
I will do a lot more in my business, and I have always gone further when I have been acting out of inspiration rather than because I've been told how to do something or what to do. That is short-term motivation, which again is external. But when you meet and see and have people talk about what they are creating or what they have created already, and it's so inspiring, and you think, wow, if they can do it, I can do it. And by listening to them, I just got some great ideas that I can institute in my business today. And then on top of that, oh my gosh, there's also 3 other people in here that I can collaborate with, and we can all contribute to each other, creating it even better. And so it's just, there are so many flow-on effects of having a powerful group like this. The ability to be speaking to someone and be able to say, look, let me get back. I've got a network of people from all over the world. Let me talk to them, and I might be able to give you an idea on that, or let me hook you up with someone that I know in my country. It works both ways. You will start to become known as someone who, in your local community, is willing to be a contribution and is very well connected and has really great resources, because you're investing in yourself and you have this group of people to tap into.
Fantastic. So I assume there's no age group as such for people to join this global business community. It's open to
Absolutely not.
anyone
Look,
who's a budding
as long as
entrepreneur.
you no,
Age
as
being no
long as
bar.
you want to join. As long as you're alive and this sounds like something that you would like to do, by all means. And so I see a question here. What about if you have not yet created but are planning and going nowhere? That's a great question. If you have an idea for a business, or if you have been meaning to start a business but you haven't been able to start yet, this is actually a great thing to do. And again, the taster is a great way to get a taste of what this would offer you if you did it for the full year with us next year. But also, it's going to give you the resources and the people that can help you get it off the ground if you feel like you haven't been getting anywhere on your own. And again, this brings me back to why I created this, is when you feel like you're alone, it can get very overwhelming and you cannot know what you're meant to do or how to start or where to start. And sometimes you just need that one person or that group of friends to say, don't worry about everything, just do this one thing and we are here to support you. And that thing suddenly becomes easier for you to do and it gets done. And then you start creating each and every step, and then you have a business.
Adeela, I have a question. So what if, supposing I have a friend who runs a retail business in Delhi, where they're running like a couple of shops for their brand. It could be a tea brand or a jewelry brand. Could being a part of this global community help their business expand globally? If they're into the retail business and not necessarily the online business.
The first thing that popped into my mind was, great, maybe they'll be connected with someone in Australia or in America or New Zealand that wants to stock their jewelry. Maybe they'll become aware of a trade show that's on in another country that they can then go and exhibit their jewelry. Maybe someone has a site that they can bring on some of their jewelry. Like, just as soon as you say, no matter what industry you are in, I can probably tell you, off the top of my head, a countless number of ways that this mastermind could contribute to that person.
So there could probably be a collaboration in terms of, like taking your brand and opening another retail store in any other part of the world, perhaps, or like entering into a joint venture. You never know what may show up, right?
Exactly. I had a call today this is an example of what I mean by contribution and collaboration. I had a call today from someone who has a book. The book's been released in New Zealand and it's just been released in China. And I said, awesome. It's just been released in New Zealand. It's just been released in China. Let me talk to my contacts and let's get it released into India.
Oh, wow,
I'm not
fantastic.
getting anything out of it.
Right, but it's just the joy. It's just the joy.
That's how
Right.
collaboration and contribution works. I'm sure
Certainly.
if I help that person just by connecting them with my contacts in India and seeing what we can do to launch that person's book into India, that it will come back to me. And also,
Certainly.
who knows what other opportunities arise. But if you don't have people like that in your immediate circle,
Then
so
this is
you
where you
struggle,
need to be.
this is where you need to be, and this is where that loneliness thing comes up, because maybe you don't have anyone that can do that for you right now. But with this mastermind group, you get to come into the group and say, I've just launched a book in one country in the world. And we'll say, great, let's at least all share it on our Facebook pages and extend the reach of it. Like, the potential for this in terms of marketing collaboration and social media collaboration and the digital space is the place where we're all doing business, no matter what industry you're in, whether you're in real estate, whether you are in health and wellness, whether you have a retail store selling products. We are all doing things online. And so there are no boundaries and there are no borders anymore. And so why would you limit your networking? If you network in your city, if you meet up with other people in your current location to spread your business, why would you not now extend that to the world?
Absolutely. And you can do that from the comfort of your office, or you can do that if you're traveling while on business, you can do it from the comfort of your home. So it's really about breaking physical barriers, geographical barriers, and creating far more than what was ever imaginable or ever possible. And if anybody has any questions, we can address those. Otherwise, I think the one thing we can talk about is, Adeela, the membership to this community. And I really like the way, like when you click on the link, which we're going to soon be sharing, post this conversation, once you click on it, Adeela is actually going to talk to you one-to-one. You can explore as to
Yes.
how being a part of this group, you can get to know each other. Adeela is going to like take your questions personally, and then you can explore as to how exactly this group is the right fit for you. Am I right, Adeela?
You are. So the people that have already been sending in their applications, I've already reached out to most of them. I've had email conversations, or I've had actual phone calls or face-to-face with those people that have already applied. And it's a way for me to contribute to you and for you to contribute to the group, to ensure that we are a good fit, to make sure that if you do have any questions that you hadn't thought of, that I can answer them for you. Because this thing is not about me taking your money, or me getting you to do something that isn't right for you. And that's why for every single applicant, whether there's 20 or 50 or 100, I am going to be on the phone talking to you to make sure this is what you have been looking for. And if it's not, I can promise you that I will say to you, maybe it's next time, or maybe not right now, or maybe there's another group or a person I can introduce you to, only because I'm really interested in this being a very high vibe, high energy, highly creative space that really is the right fit for all of the people that are a part of it.
Wow, I think all of us here are a lucky bunch today that we get to be a part of a community like this, where someone's actually willing to guide us and help us decide as to what's the best thing, what's the next best step forward. I think to conclude this, Adeela, I'd like to get a little bit more information for all the people who are on the call as to what is the next step ahead for them after they've registered. Like, what are the options for payment in case they'd like to probably pay a monthly installment or pay like all in one go. And then what is it that all of this is like actually leading to, like the Great Mastermind in 2019? I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
I know, which
We
seems
have to
so
talk
far
about it
away, but
today.
it's not.
We have to talk about it today. I'm sorry. I know this call was for the 3-month taster, but I think even if it's just for a minute, the people out here need to get some information about that phenomena, which is yet to come in 2019. And we're like literally gearing up for that, these 3 months. all about that.
Okay, let me work backwards because I'm so excited. Like, Tanvi knows how excited I am, and she's just as excited, which is why we are collaborating. Like,
Yes.
this collaboration got born literally out of business whispering, literally out of
Yes.
the business whispering class, and then the beautiful connection and the beautiful contribution and connection that resulted from that. And that it's actually the
Absolutely.
perfect example of what we are talking about. And so I wanted to make this something that was not, you know, when you commit to something for an extended period of time, the return on it is so much greater. So the mastermind for 2019 runs for the full year. And every month we have that meetup, we have the bonus material, we have extra things that happen, such as we have the guest expert sessions. Plus, there is a live event for the full year mastermind somewhere in the world, wherever we have the most convenient location for the majority of participants. We're going to do a full live day event so we can get into the same room, meet each other, do a full day of the mastermind. And anyone that can't join us, of course, we'll live stream it as well. But yeah, so the point of doing that for a whole year is the amount of growth that you get with 1 year of consistent inspiration and growing and being willing and able to step out of your comfort zone because you have the support and the backing, as you say, of this group of people is what the beauty of the year-long membership is. And that is priced at $199 a month. And I have never done this before, but for 2019 we are doing country pricing. So if you are in
How lucky
Australia or
have we
New
gotten yet?
Zealand, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, or if you're in India, actually the price is even cheaper than that. And again, for the same reason, so that the price is not a barrier to you being able to receive what you are requiring to take your business to the next level. Now, because the mastermind is still an unknown concept for many people, or they're still not sure about doing something for a whole year, or, you know, we decided to do this 3-month taster. So the 3-month taster starts next week. So it's November, December, January. And we are offering all those 3 months with all of that same content that I talked about every single month for the price of only 1 month's membership. So for $199 US, you can join for the whole 3 months and see if this is what you would like to be a part of for all of next year. And you can pay that after you fill in the application form. I'll be in touch. And once we confirm that this is the right mastermind for you, you just, on that same link, you choose your payment model. You can pay that $199 up front, or you can even divide that into the 3-month payments of $66. So that, again, it's just a really easy choice for you to make.
Wow, I think people are like so lucky to be able to have that choice where they can, invest in installments and create a future for themselves that they may have never thought was possible initially. Thank you so much, Adeela, for being on this Facebook Live today and for giving everybody the knowledge about what this phenomena that you're about to create that is in creation right now, all about the taster and about the mastermind in 2019. Thank you so much. And everyone who wants to check out more about the mastermind, please check out our hashtag, which is doing the nouns on the internet and Instagram everywhere, Contribution Mastermind, and you will get all the information that you require on Facebook,
Thank you
Instagram,
so much,
LinkedIn.
Everyone, and thank you,
Look
Tanvi.
forward to
It was
seeing you.
such a fun
Thank you.
conversation. If you still have
Yes,
questions,
yes.
post them onto the comments of this video, and Tanvi or I will actually answer them ourselves. And we'll put in the link, and go check out the application page. There's actually some cool questions on there for the application that might get you thinking about what your business requires anyway. And even just applying might be a contribution. Who knows? So thank you so much, everyone. Have a very blessed night or day wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you, Adeela. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Stay